Alright, I'll try to keep this intro short, as I don't want to keep you all bored for too long, but I did want to apologize for not being around for about a month now. It's been a lot between all these side projects and my actual job and life, and I realize why people don't have a consistent schedule sometimes, but I'm going to try and get back on track and keep it on an every week schedule if I can. I'm not going to make any promises though. Thank you, and enjoy the video. Alrighty, I know it's been like a month, but we're going to get right back into this, into Tall Tall Mountain. Let's go! For the first star, all you have to do is make it to the top of the mountain, and that sounds pretty simple, but I decided to go ahead and try and get the 100 coin star early, just so I don't have to worry about it later. And that was my bad, because I didn't realize how slippery these platforms were where the red coins are. Although, they're really not that bad once you learn them, but at the time, I thought they were really terrible, and of course I slipped and fell. This marks the first death of today's playthrough, and there's probably going to be a few more. Yay! Oh, but that didn't mark the end of it. I got greedy again. And of course, this time I was just trying to grab a single coin that the box dropped because it was right next to the edge, and I slipped off because I'm terrible at the collision in this game. You know what they say though, third time's the charm, and eventually I made it to the top after giving up on my coin dream because it just wasn't worth it, and honestly I didn't even know where to find the rest of the coins in the first place. Anywho's, we got the star and moved right along. The next star is nothing particularly special, but it is one that I didn't exactly know where it was at. For those of you who do know, it's of course on top of the hill where you just were in getting the last star, and you just have to catch the monkey at the top instead. However, I didn't know this, so I was stuck fiddling with the monkey that was down below for way too long before I finally realized I was in the wrong spot. And of course, I did have to die a couple times before realizing the mistake I had made. It was at this point that I decided to go ahead and take a break, and funnily enough, I talked to this toad that I didn't realize I hadn't spoken to before, and he actually had a star to give me for free. And if you thought we were going to go right back in and get that next star, you would be wrong, because I died at least twice more, as well as getting distracted with this other fake wall painting that I never even knew existed in the first place, and looking back on it now, I don't even know how I saw it in the first place. This mysterious alcove in the wall, much like Peach's slide, works in the way where you're just trying to slide down using the perfect momentum and speed. There were several moments where that was not the case for me, but thankfully after just 3 deaths I was actually able to make it to the bottom quite easily, and get the star with a smooth entrance, might I add. Finally, I decided to go to the top of the mountain, not to find the monkey, but to find a better vantage point, and ended up finding the monkey in turn. Which was great, because now I could finally get the star I've been looking for this entire freaking time. I don't know if I've made this clear to you yet or not, but the collision in this game definitely doesn't like me, and I ended up dying multiple times on the red coin star that you've already seen me die on when it wasn't even time for that star yet. Yes, that mole death was ridiculous, but this red coin star, I shouldn't have died 3 times to it individually after I've already died to it twice before. On this next attempt, we did end up getting the red coin star, but we also ended up getting the 100 coin star. So I may be a little sporadic going back and forth between the two, but here's the location of the 8 red coins and kind of the pathing I took to get all the other coins to follow up with it. First, we grabbed the first 4 coins, like before, from the mushrooms that I keep falling off of, but this time we actually get them without falling. Then I take care of some Bob-ombs, Goombas, Chucksters, so that I can get some coins up and out of the way. Since I know I'm going to need to do the slide first, I decided to go and do that as well, so that way I can just work my way back up the mountain. After leaving the slide sub-area, I decided to go back and grab the last few red coins from the Monty Moles. They're not too difficult, but these slants are kind of awkward, and I also made sure to kill a few Goombas on the way, as I needed just a few more coins to finish out what I was looking for. After seeing where the red coin stars spawned, I didn't really feel like wasting the time going back down slowly, but also didn't really feel like jumping off so dangerously, so I took a couple seconds to look around and made the jump. Thankfully, I didn't miss, otherwise that would have sucked. The next star is quite a simple one. That button that you keep seeing me pass towards the top of the mountain, well, that activates a block that spawns in front of you. But that's not the block that's important. The block that's important is the one that's by the waterfall that allows you to get the star that's hiding behind it. Now, technically speaking, you can get it without the block, and I actually think I did in this clip, but it makes it a lot easier nonetheless. The last star, a blast to a lonely mushroom, is meant to be done by using the cannon, of course, the one that you saw me die next to earlier. However, I never found the pink Bob-omb in this level, and I still don't know where she's at. But what I did instead was there's this little trick that some speedrunners use, I believe speedrunners use it anyways, that allows you to just kind of long jump from a ledge to get over to it. And wouldn't you believe it, but on my first try I actually did manage to get it. No deaths needed for that one. Except for when I slipped off this ledge and fell in this pit. But those don't really count as they weren't actual attempts. But I'm counting them on the death counter, of course. But here's the real jump you're looking for. This was the stuff. I'm really surprised that I made this. With that, we get going to our next world, Snowman's Land. Now, this room did take me a little while to figure out because I, for some reason, thought it was in one of the mirrors, but then found out it was in this wall. So, who knew? The first star I ended up going for in this area was the Big Ice Bully one. It was basically the same as Bully the Big Bully, but with ice physics. Everyone's favorite mechanic, ice physics and pushing. Whoa, so much fun! The next one I was gonna grab was gonna be the one on top of the snowman, you know, the first one of the actual area. However, I got distracted with this twirly dude here and saw this little ledge, and decided, maybe there's something over there. And found out there's a star inside this block that I didn't even know existed, to be honest. I don't know what sort of struggle bus I was on, or if the ice mechanics were just giving me some real struggles today, but for some reason, I could not get the stupid penguin to line up properly with me walking across. Even though I know it has a pattern, it still kept getting in my way. So eventually I gave up and decided to do the maze. And I failed at least 8 times. I was counting. And there's several more where that came from as well. After about my 14th try trying to get up this stupid snowman, and failing, I decided to go get some coins to make sure I didn't die next time. And instead I ended up dying to this stupid coin purse because I forgot it was there and I had to take a break. It took me 4 more attempts for a total of 22 attempts to get across this bridge for the freaking first time. And you want to know what I did? I fell. I slipped off the edge trying to look at something, and instead of grabbing the star, I went to the igloo. Great. Thankfully though, I managed to get it on my immediately next try and actually grab the star this time. Oh my goodness, that was so frustrating, and it took me a majority of what video I had here to do it. The next star we have is the 8 red coin star. Every world has it. Yes, I'm repeating myself once more again. Here's the location of all of them. The first one's on that hill right there that I just passed towards the beginning. The second one's not much further ahead, and you can see it pretty quickly. You remember that area where I said the star was that I didn't know existed in that box? Yeah, well, if you hit the other box, you actually get a shell that allows you to access every other red coin in this level. I know, crazy, right? Pretty easy to get as well. For our next one, we have to go back into the igloo that we saw earlier. Yes, you can actually crouch and go inside that area. It's got a ton of coins and even a star. And the easiest way to do it is to get the shell to be able to jump up the little hill over there. Otherwise, it's quite a difficult climb, other than, you know, me accidentally falling off earlier like I did. I grinded a bunch of coins to try and get the 100 coin star, and even got a bunch in here. Unfortunately, I was only about 5 short. So I decided to explore around the area to see what I could find. And didn't find much, unfortunately. In fact, what I did find was death, and a snowman who was waiting to hand it to me. On our next attempt, however, we managed to get more than enough coins to get the 100 coin star. actually wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, because I thought I had collected them all originally, but apparently I missed a few. We are going to grab our invisible cap, run through the maze, and grab the star that we originally came in here for, and call it a day. And that's that. Yes, I know it's a bit of a shorter video, but let's take a look at the stats first. We've collected, so far, 95 stars. Not too bad, and we're nearing the end game if I do say so myself. How many deaths was that again? Oh yeah, 83? I think we're actually going to be able to beat the death count to star ratio in this one. And I played for about 10 hours so far. Not too bad, actually about average at this point. Now, I do want to apologize for the short video, as I said before, there's a lot going on and I can't keep up with all of it, but I'm hoping that next week's video will hopefully be the last one of this saga, and then I can start a game that I haven't played in a long time, and most of you may not even know what it is, and I hope you guys will enjoy it. Thank you, and have a nice day.